So something interesting happened to me the other day. I had a conversation with someone originally from Ghana, now living in New York. He appreciated a video I did about surnames. Then he asked me a simple question. What day of the week were you born? I told him Saturday. That's enough information for cultural exchange. Not enough to reset my bank account. He explained that in Akan tradition, every child is given a name based on the day they're born. Saturday, Kwame. Now think about that. I'm a guy from Los Angeles, an American, living in Central Europe, talking with someone from Ghana about the naming system that existed long before colonial borders were drawn. That alone says something about the world we're living in. He also said, you get to decide what the name means to you. I like that because a name carries history. It doesn't carry control. You decide how it sits on you. So I did what I usually do when something sparks curiosity. I looked into the Akan people a little more. They're one of the largest ethnic groups in West Africa, primarily in Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. They built structured states. The Ashanti Empire held real political and economical power for centuries. Kings, councils, queen mothers, gold trade long before Europeans arrived. The region wasn't called the Gold Coast by accident. So when someone says, here's your day name, that system isn't random. It comes out of organized society, out of governance, economics, cosmology. That shifts the frame, because a lot of times we talk about Africa in emotional terms. We don't always talk about institutions, structures, continuity. So when I hear Kwame, I'm not just hearing something symbolic. I'm hearing a name rooted in civilization. And then I started thinking about where I've heard that name before. Kwame is not sitting in just one place in history. You've got Kwame Nkrumah leading Ghana into independence. You've got Kwame Ture choosing the name later in life as part of reconnecting to something older than America. Same name showing up at turning points. So when someone tells me my Saturday name would be Kwame, I'm already hearing a novelty. I'm hearing a name that has already walked through history. And what I appreciate most about the whole thing was how simple it was. No theatrics. No pressure, no agenda, just exchange. One question, one answer, a piece of culture shared. That's rare. And honestly, that's why I built something outside the usual social media flow. I created a private community called The Exchange, because if we're going to talk about identity, history, economics, ideas, I wanted a space to do it properly, not just in the comment section. A place I pay for myself, a place I control, a place that isn't tied to whatever an algorithm decides tomorrow. If the platforms shift, the conversation doesn't disappear. That's the kind of exchange I'm interested in. Depth, not noise. So yeah, it's Saturday. Call me Kwame. And Papa Jait is a music artist. So from one creator to another, much respect. Thank you for that.